Am I the asshole for refusing to see my cousin after he killed my cat? Last year, I, 19F now, celebrated my 18th birthday on January 5th. In the Philippines, this is a debut, which is similar to a quinceañera. It was a huge event for my family, especially since everyone was already together after New Year's. I had professional photos taken for the occasion, but I also wanted a special picture with my cat on the special day. I have a male orange tabby who was once a stray and is now fixed, named Tang. He's a huge part of my life, and I always keep him inside the house unless I'm with him. On my debut, I was looking for Tang to take that special photo, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I started panicking because he's an indoor cat and never goes far. I asked my cousins to help me look for him, but it was difficult as there's a lot of orange strays in the area. Eventually, my cousin, 25M, came up to me and said he had found him. He pulled what looks to be meat out of a bag, and my heart dropped. I thought he had killed my cat. I completely broke down, crying and freaking out in front of everyone. As much as I hate it, both dog and cat still get butchered for meat here but hidden away from the authorities. As it turned out, my cousin was pulling a prank. What he had was actually rabbit meat to be cooked for my birthday. Rabbit meat also made me fully uncomfortable. I didn't eat that dish. It just seriously looked like a cat's anatomy and it freaked me out. I found out that he had taken Tang to my uncle's without asking me because my family thought Tang was getting in the way while food was being prepared for my party. I was furious. I yelled at my cousin, told him to return Tang immediately, and demanded that he leave the celebration. He left. I was upset but I didn't let it bother me as Tang was safe. Fast forward to this year. I didn't want my cousin at my birthday party because of what happened last year, and I made that clear to my parents. Despite this, my aunt insisted that I was being dramatic and said my cousin should be allowed to come. He showed up uninvited. I confronted him and told him again that he wasn't invited. He told me to take a joke and that it was in the past. I snapped and told him I didn't ever want to see him again. My aunt jumped in, calling me a big bitch, and accusing me of being narcissistic for making my birthday about myself. Isn't it supposed to be about myself? The argument escalated until my dad and granddad stepped in. My aunt and cousin eventually left, but it didn't end there. A few days later, my aunt started posting in the family group chat, calling me rude, difficult, and selfish. That I couldn't take a joke or that I don't know how to forgive and that I will be sent to hell. She claims that I ruined my debut in this year's birthday celebration with my behavior. Am I the asshole for refusing to see my cousin after what happened last year? Not the asshole. That's so not funny making someone think their animal died. I don't have a pet but I would be horrified if I owned a pet and someone did that to me. Both your cousin and especially your aunt sound like Oz. Hopefully your dad and granddad are supportive of your decision. Your birthday, you choose who gets invited. Pranks and jokes are supposed to be funny. The kind that scare or traumatize people aren't. The types who yell loudest about who is or isn't going to hell are usually the ones exhibiting the most behavior that would put them there according to their own rules. Person shrugging. I doubt your aunt will listen to you, but maybe ask your parents to make more of an attempt to tell her to knock it off. Not the asshole. Your cousin was the one who ruined your debut and your birthday, and your aunt would rather gaslight you than admit her bad parenting created this sick individual. Your cousin is a sociopath. Stay far away. Next time he won't just hide Tang. Sad face. Not the asshole. If it causes a big problem, you can always tell your aunt and cousin, geez, I was only playing a prank on you. Can't you take a joke? Not the asshole. Pranking someone by making them think their beloved pet is dead is cruel. And your cousin crossed a line that shouldn't be brushed off, especially when it caused you so much distress. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my roommate's cat into my room after it apologized? I, 27F, share an apartment with my roommate, Lily, 26F, who has a cat named Muffin. Muffin is adorable but has a habit of sneaking into my room and knocking things over. Last week, I came home to find Muffin had somehow gotten in and destroyed a puzzle I had spent hours working on. Pieces were scattered everywhere, some were chewed up, and one was lost entirely. I was furious. I told Lily that Muffin needed to stay out of my room, and she agreed, but she also said Muffin felt bad and wanted to apologize. I laughed it off, assuming she was joking. The next day, I found a little note on my desk written in Lily's handwriting that said, "I'm sorry, Muffin." Along with it was a cat treat. I thought it was funny but didn't change my stance. Since then, Lily has been passive-aggressively saying things like, "Muffin's just trying to make things right," or, "You're holding a grudge against a cat." She even suggested that I let Muffin into my room supervised so she can earn back my trust. I told her no and that I wasn't interested in giving her cat another chance to destroy my stuff. Now she's calling me heartless for not accepting Muffin's apology, and is acting like I'm being unreasonable. Am I the asshole here? Find a new letter from Muffin in which she denounces the previous letter as fake, boasts over her lack of remorse, and vows to do it again. Confront Lily with it. If Lily persists, keep finding increasingly sketchy letters from Muffin as she steadily broadens her nefarious ambitions. Really commit to the scenario. Out crazy cat person her. Obviously not the asshole. I love cats, username checks out. But they are unapologetic little gremlins that do what they want. If you don't want Muffin in your room, then there is zero valid reason for Lily to keep demanding she have access to it. That said, you could have a lot of fun with this if you wanted to. I like the fact Op made sure to specify the note was written in Lily's handwriting, as if without that bit of information we would have assumed the cat actually wrote the apology note and gave you its treats, presumably the only treat it was given for the day. How dare you nonchalantly reject an apology from the kitty known as Muffin aka Lil Puzzle Destroyer. As a cat owner, no, they aren't going to apologize for what they have done if they could. Because I own 3 cats and while 2 of them are sweethearts I know they're still cats and will not break stuff without any remorse. Especially my orange tabby, dude's a total asshole, he will stare at you too while doing it. Put it plainly, cats don't give a FCK. Not the asshole. Your roommate needs to grow up. Not everyone want their roommate's pet's hair in their room. Lock your door so the cat can't, accidentally, get in again. Your room is your space, not a common area. Tell your roommate you'll accept Muffin's apology once it starts paying its portion of the rent. This would be cute if it was a joke. I always get my mom a holiday card from her dog and it's a silly thing we do. Your roommate is over the top. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for refusing to work on the house that my girlfriend bought? My girlfriend's aunt passed away about 2 weeks into our relationship. 2 months later she put an offer on the house. Her aunt was a drug addict and a hoarder. There is nicotine on the walls, and we removed a lot of stuff out of the house. Now the interior of the house needs work. Her mom and her mom's boyfriend have been doing a lot of work on the house. My girlfriend started to drive 30 minutes from her job to the house to help. She is expecting me to do the same every day after work. I don't want to. I don't have the mental capacity to go work after working my regular job for 8 hours and then work on the house all weekend. My job is also 30 minutes from the house. The house is not even officially hers. Her loan is still pending. I am going to get burned out quickly from my job, the house, and our relationship if my working on the house every night. My girlfriend is trying to guilt trip me into coming every night by saying how her mom and her mom's boyfriend are doing this for free and how I'm just sitting there. They don't work a full-time job. I'm grateful for their help but I don't want to work every night right after work. Am I the asshole for refusing to work every night after work? Edit. I have told my girlfriend I am willing to help Thursday night after work, Friday night after work, and all day Saturday and Sunday. She still thinks that's not enough. Not the asshole. This is not your house, and you have no equity in it, nor are they giving you any equity. Plus, unless this is a fun hobby for you, this is not a good way to spend your evenings after work. You need to rest, do errands, and be recharged for your next day at work. Not the asshole. No one should be working on that house at all until the offer has been accepted and the title is in your GF's name. They maybe shouldn't even be on the property at all if it doesn't belong to them. I'm guessing the bank foreclosed on it or something since it obviously wasn't willed to anyone in the family. Actually, them working on it now for free is probably improving the value if it was in such a state and may end up costing them more once it's been valued. The house is not even officially hers. Her loan is still pending. Hard pass. How long have you even been together? 3-4 months? Edit to add not the asshole. 1. Why are they doing anything to the house before she closes on it? How are these people going to feel about putting in a lot of hard work before the loan goes through if it doesn't? Edit. Added if it doesn't. 2. You have no financial interest in the property. And even if you did, that would not be sufficient reason to work yourself into the ground. She should count herself lucky that after the loan goes through that you help on the weekends. Is this the same girlfriend you've made multiple posts about? Dude, just break up. Not the asshole, but you might want to get a new girlfriend. Am I the asshole for declining my sister's wedding due to poor guest accommodations? My sister announced her engagement a few months ago. She has only been dating the guy for 9 months at that time. I have only met him twice. My sister wants everyone to go to Florida so they can get married on a cruise ship, then go on a cruise with folks that are willing to the following day. As someone who is unable to cruise and who hates all travel, this is extremely problematic for me. She scheduled the wedding for a Monday. This means I would have to take 2 days off of work to attend. She scheduled the wedding outside of our home state so she could get married on a boat, meaning I will need to spend $500 on plane tickets, and even more on a hotel to get there. She did not, and still has not directly sent me an invite. She told my grandparents I could help with transportation for them since I am the only family member with driver's license and without kids to support, And I got a call from my grandpa asking me to help him with transportation before I even knew there was a wedding. Not only that, but because my grandpa is on dialysis, I will need to stop at a hospital at least once both ways for him to get the care he needs. I feel since this is her wedding, it is her job to find proper care for our grandparents, and that she can't pawn it off on me. This also makes me feel like I can't go to the wedding without being guilted about not wanting to help them. I am autistic and eat a strict diet at very strict times. I have been informed the cruise ship will not allow me to bring any homemade food on board, and I will only be able to select food from a small menu which does not meet my needs. If she valued my grandparents being at her wedding, she would have the reception near their hometown. If she valued the rest of us being there, she would have it in the state we all live. I feel like it's okay to decline given she is having what is essentially a destination wedding. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Anytime someone has a destination wedding, it's okay for even immediate family not to come. Those are the rules. The moment literally every single person included needs to travel, and has no options to stay at families' homes or anything like that. Then you can't get mad if people can't make it to your wedding. The only exception to this rule is if the bride and groom are paying for people to either travel, or to have a place to stay. To add on to this, since your sister is having a wedding on a Monday, and not the weekend, not everybody can get off work or can afford to take off work. You are 100% not the a-hole. Just tell people you can't take off work. Make a big deal of how crazy it is that she's having a Monday wedding. Say you don't have time off. It's an invitation, not a demand to appear. You can tell her it's just out of your budget, ability to get time off work, etc. I know she's your sister, but throwing a destination wedding like this, she has to expect that a lot of people won't be able to be there. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. You can't decline something you've not even technically been invited to. Tell your grandparents that if, when you receive an invite, you'll be declining so that if they wish to go they can make their own arrangements. Given that your grandpa is ill, I find your sister's expectations on him too high, unreasonable. Destination weddings are always difficult and certainly don't suit everyone, so it's okay to not want or not be able to go. If, when you get the invite, reply immediately that you wish the couple well but that you're unable to attend. You don't owe them a paragraph of reasons, it's better to keep it short and simple. Not the asshole. It's very okay for you to decline. Tell your grandparents that you haven't actually been invited, but if you do get an invitation, you are unfortunately unable to attend. Getting married on a cruise ship sounds absolutely awful. Not the asshole, I would just RSVP that you can't attend. If asked, you tell them it isn't logistically or financially feasible. Tell your grandparents ASAP so they can make alternative arrangements, as they seem to be anticipating that you will be their help.